Good morning, students. In our last chapter, we have studied about metals and non-metals. In this chapter, we are going to learn about coal and petroleum. As you can see, coal and petroleum. So, in this topic, we are mainly going to learn about fossil fuels, natural resources, and there are two types of natural resources: inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resources. And what do you mean by fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are formed from the buried remains of dead plant and animals. Let us see some of the examples of inexhaustible natural resources. They are sunlight, air, etc. And what are the examples of exhaustible natural resources? They are forest, wildlife, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. We will be learning about all these things in detail in our coming sessions. Hello students, today we are going to start a new topic, that is coal and petroleum. The main learning objectives in this chapter is the learner will be able to define and differentiate inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources. Explain the formation of coal, its various products and their uses. Explain the formation of petroleum and formation of natural gas. Explain the process of petroleum refining and list the uses of CNG. Know the role of Petroleum Conservation Research Association (PCRA). The main keywords in this topic: coal, coal gas, coal tar, coke, fossil fuel, natural gas, petroleum, petroleum refinery. This is map of the earth showing coal deposits. Let us start with introduction. We use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. So, what are natural resources? The resources which are obtained from nature are called natural resources. Let us learn about natural resources in detail. Can air, water and soil be exhausted by human activities? No. These cannot be exhausted at all. Is water a limitless resource? Yes, water is a limitless resource, but by our unwise use and cutting of trees, sources of water can be finished. Now here is an activity: natural and man-made materials. What we have to do is make a list of various materials used by us in daily life and classify them as natural and man-made. Let us try to do it. Natural materials. And in this column it is man-made materials. Let us try to do our activity. Natural and man-made materials. Natural materials: air, soil, water, sunlight, CNG, LPG, coal, petrol, fruits, minerals, etc. Man-made materials: table, chair, car, bus, TV, plastic, rubber, food, bed, blackboard, etc. Now let us learn about types of natural resources. Natural resources can be broadly classified into two kinds. First one is inexhaustible natural resource and second one is exhaustible natural resources. Let us learn about inexhaustible natural resources. These resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. We can use them for long. Examples are sunlight, air. Now let us proceed to exhaustible natural resources. The amount of these resources in nature is limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Examples of these resources are forests, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. So we are supposed to use this exhaustible natural resources very wisely. Now let us perform an activity. It is a group activity to understand more about natural resources. In this, first we have to take some containers. Fill them with popcorn, peanuts, roasted grams, toffees, etc. For our convenience, we have selected toffees. Divide students into groups of 7 each. Further, divide each group into 3 subgroups containing 1. First generation, 2. Second generation, and 4 members of third generation students. We have to label them as first, second, and third generation respectively. So these subgroups will represent the consumers. As population is growing, second and third generations have larger number of consumers. Let us understand better with the help of an activity. Here it is generation, here resources. In the first generation there is only one consumer. Second generation it doubled, that is 2 consumers, and in the third generation it is again double, that is 4 consumers. 4 plus 2 6 plus 1 7. So in each there is 7 members. Now let us see the resources. So the first generation had many resources. Let us count the number of chocolates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, he used it very wisely and left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chocolates for the second generation. He consumed only 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chocolates. Now, when the same resources is given to the third generation, there are number of consumers more, that is 4 consumers are there, and each one will get only 2 chocolates. That also is not sufficient for everyone. I hope you understood about the number of resources and how we have to use it. After this, put one full container for each group on a table. Ask consumers of the first generation from each group to consume eatables from the container of their group. Now, ask the second generation consumers from each group to do the same. Ask students to observe carefully the availability of eatables in each container. If something is left in the containers, ask third generation from each group to consume it. Now, finally, observe whether all the consumers of the third generation got the eatables or not. Also, observe if anything is still left in any of the containers. Now, for understanding it better, assume that the eatables in the container represent the total availability of the exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum or natural gas. Each group may have different consumption pattern. All will not use it wisely. Some will use wisely, some will not use it wisely. So, are the earlier generations of any group too greedy? It may be that the earlier generations in some groups were concerned about the coming generations and left something for them. But others may not do the same. Let us try to understand. This picture represents the first generation. Suppose this is our grandparent. Then he had 18 chocolates. He thought I should save for our next generation also. So he consumed only 2 chocolates. So how many are left over? 16. Suppose he had 2 children in the second generation. So he has divided 8 and 8, 16 chocolates among the 2 children. So total 8 chocolates here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here also he distributed equally, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chocolates. Now this generation consumed 4 chocolates. So 8 minus 4, 4 are left over. Here this generation consumed only 2 chocolates. So 8 minus 2, 6 are left over. Now for the next generation, that means you can imagine yourselves. Here 4 chocolates were left over. So if 2 children are there, then it will be distributed among these 2 children, that is 2 chocolates, and here also 2 chocolates. So each one will get 2 chocolates. Here we had 6 chocolates left over, so this generation will get 3 chocolates. So from this activity we understand that consumption of third generation is inversely proportional to availability for the fourth generation. So it depends on the third generation people to think that they should also save for the future generation. Now let us try to understand what is meant by fossil fuels. In this chapter, we'll learn about some exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. These were formed from the dead remains of living organisms such as fossils. So, these are also called fossil fuels. Hello students, let us do a recap of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are formed from the buried remains of plants and animals over a period of millions of years. Coal, petroleum, and natural gas are examples of fossil fuels. Since fossil fuels are obtained from nature, they are referred to as natural resources. Natural resources can be divided into following two types: inexhaustible natural resource and exhaustible natural resources. Let us see what is meant by inexhaustible natural resources. These are resources of which there is a limited supply. Sunlight and air are examples of inexhaustible resources. Exhaustible natural resources, these are the resources whose supply is limited. Their overuse should therefore be avoided. Fossil fuels, forests, and wildlife are examples of exhaustible resources. In our next session, we'll be learning more about fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, and natural gas and their limitations. Thank you.